Damas y caballeros, welcome to En Mis Tiempos. I'm one of your hosts, George, and it wasn't a good weekend for me, but...
Arriba las Chivas.
Oh, yeah, say something about Chivas.
No.
Last week you were like...
I'm here today with Adrian and Alfredo. How's it going, guys?
You're still number 2. Chivas is still number 2.
No, next year.
There's always next year, yeah. There's always next year.
Es como los Cowboys, güey.
Next year.
Next year.
And this week we have Chuy. Chuy, welcome to the podcast. Bienvenido.
Hey, gracias por la invitación. Man, you guys have a badass set.
Do we?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Looks badass.
George works very hard on this. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, cada fin de semana I'm here. Putting in work.
Every time he has a day time off from work, he comes over and...
Pongo las luces. I made the table itself. Handcrafted y todo.
Nice. No. It looks really nice.
No le creas nada, güey.
No.
Siempre que viene, same thing.
What?
He's just like, oh, that's new.
Por ejemplo, el Superman, I didn't know it was there.
Oh, yeah.
No. Just, I'm the only one that yo llego and that's it. Yeah, no más.
It's because el talento. He just shows up and does what he does, man.
Nice.
Talento. Thank you. Let's look at these todos in the comments.
So
right?
what's...
What comment?
Bro,
we get some comments.
hey, but
I haven't
well,
seen
hold
those
on.
comments.
To begin, we gotta let them know. Look, something happened. We didn't record. El video didn't record, and so that's why we don't have.
It was hardware failure. It wasn't anything we did.
El
It wasn't
AI.
anything Luis
Era
did.
AI.
The AI failed us. So no video from last week's. I still posted it on YouTube. It's just got our logo on it and the audio, but there's no actual video of us. So
But whatever. So what you were saying?
no, nothing. What you got? You want to talk about Chivas? No.
No, quiero
Come on,
hablar
have
de
you
Chivas.
sports minute?
No quiero hablar de
The
Chivas.
Stars lost, so I don't want to talk about hockey.
Tampoco.
They
Yeah,
didn't
the
just
Stars.
lose. They got
Stars was
spanked. Like super spanked.
5. It was
I think the
6-0.
final was 6-0. Yes.
It's so bad.
That was bad.
Y luego, look, con las Chivas, I was excited 2-0 going into the first half. Yeah, and then at halftime, I don't know. I felt it. I knew it. Dije,
Es el
Van a
marcador más
remontar.
engañoso.
Los pinches goles
2-0.
están bien zarros, güey.
I didn't watch any of it. I wasn't watching it. We
Jugaron
were out
bien.
partying that night, and we were in Austin. I went to visit Leslie, and one of the
Because
guys was keeping up with the score.
because he forgot the birthday.
Did not forget her birthday.
Por eso fuiste.
Nah, it was,
And then,
and he stopped keeping up with it when it was 2-2 because
Yeah.
we were taking shots and we're like, fuck it, whatever. And then we got somewhere. I don't know where. Her boyfriend met up with us. Alonso met up with us,
Alonso.
and he was all sad. I'm like, "What's up, dude?" He's like, "Chivas lost." Oh, fuck yeah. That's his team. I didn't know.
no,
Tú, Chuy, ¿a quién la llevas?
No, realmente no, que
Monterrey-
hacer el fútbol
¿verdad?
mexicano tengo mucho tiempo que ya no lo sigo. Ya ahorita básicamente lo único que realmente I watch is the NFL. I keep
más?
up with the NBA, but mainly during the playoffs. It's just too many games.
entonces, ¿a quién le vas en el final?
I think the Nuggets are gonna win, but
I think the Nuggets are gonna win
but
too.
I like the Lakers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Pero, because of LeBron o porque te gustan los
No.
Lakers?
I mean, I like LeBron, but I always like the Lakers. I kind of started watching
so that's your
whenever Kobe was around, and that's my boy. That's
I know I'm old.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can see it. Magic Johnson, it's cool. No, I was a baby when Magic Johnson was playing.
You like the Mamba mentality, right?
yeah. I follow that idea of getting better every day, or at least trying to get better every day in anything that you actually doing or trying.
That reminds me del commercial. I think it's a commercial donde está. It's Kobe Bryant. He's giving a presentation. Y Kanye West está en el front row.
Man, that didn't take long.
No, hold on. He's like,
It's been a few episodes though. So
y
it's okay.
Kobe's like, he's giving the Mamba mentality. He's like, you gotta be better. He's like, y Kanye le pregunta, but how can I be better? By being a better beast or something. He's like, but how can I be a better beast? By being a different animal. He's like, what does that mean?
So
I don't know.
just Kanye being Kanye?
No, yeah, it's
I
Kanye.
thought he was gonna say, "How can you be better when you're already the best?"
Well, no. You gotta watch it. We'll see it later.
All right.
Pero,
Kanye took that
totally
advice
fucked
and
it
was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go full Hitler." Got it.
Yeah.
okay, espérate. Not even that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that leads me into the first topic I had. I was having a conversation with somebody last week, I don't even remember who it was. Oh, I do remember, but I'm not going to say his name. He's I think 50 years old, and he's getting ready to do something that he's never done before.
Huh?
Big life change. Like he's gonna quit his job and go do something he's always wanted to do.
Okay.
And he straight up said, "Hey, you need to talk about this on your podcast." I'm like, what is it? He's like, getting out of your comfort zone, right?
Okay.
Like he's a smart dude, but he reads a lot. He's always trying to get better and everything he does and all that. And he's progressed a lot in his career and he's done well for himself. But he's always had this one thing he wanted to do, but he was always afraid. He had the kids, you don't just like
drop the kids.
You don't just like quit your job and go do something else because you want to when you have kids. You have a house mortgage, you have a wife, all this crap. But he's going to do it finally.
Okay. Good for him.
I think we're all, except for you, and we'll come back to you. But I think we're all at the age. I don't know how old you are, but I'm assuming
I'm 40.
40. So you're at the same age group that we are. I'm the oldest still, but whatever. Where you're getting to the point where you're either going to do it now or it's going to be too late, quote unquote, for you to do something that's life changing, right? How do we feel about that? Do you think you should? Do you think it's worth stepping out of your comfort zone to do something that it could go terribly wrong and now you're screwed, right? And you're starting over.
Mm-hmm. I mean, how screwed do you think you would be if you had to leave your job? Because I think you'd be fine.
Well, yes, but it's still risky.
It's still risky, but
you're leaving that comfort.
What he's gonna do next is gonna take money, right? Money that he's worked a long time to earn and save and all this stuff. So you've worked all these years to get to where you are, and you're gonna risk it all on this one venture. And if you fail, you're back at square one.
Yeah. So what do you lose?
Huh?
So what do you lose?
Just everything.
Money.
Well, money.
Well, I mean, you lose
security,
the comfort
for a little while.
Retirement savings.
Yeah, también.
I don't know. I think it's worth the risk. I think if you're waiting for the right time, you're going to be waiting for a long time. Sometimes
you're right, but
it's too late.
Is it something you yourself would be willing to do? Algo que quieras hacer, like
I want to, but I'm in the same spot. I feel like.
So,
well, I mean, my philosophy is always trying to learn from other people. And I don't know. I don't think you gave like them many details of what kind of changes or how hard it is. But that's one of the things that I always try to preach to everyone, to learn from everyone, because there's always a lesson. And to me, I always try to talk most to like young people and let them know that, do you see like this person at 50, now they want to do something. I always tell people, don't get married, don't have any kids until you know for sure that what kind of plans do you have?
Yeah.
That way you don't waste your time thinking, I should have done this, I should have done that. No, like you want to learn, and there's a lot of people like that. I mean, you said it yourself a minute ago too. We need to learn from other people that before we decide to have kids, before you decide to get married, like figure out what you want to do with your life. Figure out that what you're going to do is going to make you happy, because once the kids start, like once you start having kids or when you start getting married, like the bills, they don't stop. Right. You know, like they don't stop, and things.
I wish they would sometimes.
Things get harder.
Yeah.
And what I preach all the time is the fact that people keep making the same mistakes. Like they don't learn from what other people have done. They keep making the same mistake, thinking like, "Oh, my life is gonna turn out to be different." Especially in my community or our community, the Hispanics, it's like they're so desperate to get married young. They're so desperate to have kids. And
would you say that they're so desperate, or they're just what they've been taught or what they know?
Well, no, I mean that's the thing, though. I don't know, like. I can talk about the podcast that I was on.
Of course.
We try to explain people that we need to. It's called revolución sin tiros, meaning peaceful revolution where you don't have to. There's no fights. It's a revolution, a peaceful revolution where we have to rethink everything that we know. Mm-hmm. To make better choices for our lives. Because, I mean, what most people do is because they see everybody doing it. And then also they have, like, pressure from a culture that hey,
lot
you're
of pressure.
20, you have to get married. Yeah, you're 25, you have to have kids. Oh, you already have one. All right, the next one because you need la
can see.
parejita, and then the next one, and you don't even know how the relationship is, or you don't even know
care.
how mature the
Doesn't
person
matter,
is.
man. You got to pump out the kids. Let's go.
Yeah,
Sí.
and again, I have other people that I talk to from other cultures, and they always tell me it's the same thing.
Yeah.
The only thing is that my main language is Spanish, so the podcast was in Spanish. But a lot of people, they tell me like, man, we need more conversations about that. We need to rethink everything that we're doing, right? And see, unfortunately, you can see the mistakes that other people are making. But the thing about it is that we always think, oh, I gotta learn on my own, which that's one of the dumbest things that you can do.
Dude, fist bump. I don't need to learn from somebody else's, or from my own mistakes. I learn from somebody else's.
We
It's
gotta
cool.
watch other
break the
people.
cycle, right? Break the cycle is pretty much
And like you're
same
saying,
cycle that everybody's stuck in, having the kids.
you see it a lot, and kids these days, you know.
Shut up, George. You are a kid.
I mean, hell, when I graduated high school, I was 18, and my cousins at my graduation party were like, "Yeah, within the year you're gonna have a kid," and I'm like, "The fuck? No, I'm not." And it was that mentality that
they expected
all,
from
yeah,
you.
they all graduated, or I don't even know if half of them did graduate, but immediately had a family, got married, and all that.
It's
So,
the norm. But let me ask you this: so you're 40?
Yeah.
Did you know at 25 the plan for the next 15 years of your life, and have you followed it to a T?
I had it since 8. Since I was 8
Shit.
years old.
You're a special breed.
So-
Has your plan changed at all? Unless
I
you're
mean,
talking broad terms.
no,
I mean,
the thing
your
ab-
mentality hasn't changed.
The thing about it is that I have a philosophy. I use this philosophy, and I started using it since I was 8, which is called, I named it. I don't know if maybe on books, you may find it on books, but I use is the imaginary son or the hypothetical son or daughter. And I base all my decisions on that rule. Okay?
okay.
So basically, and again, I'm just going to say what I have to say, but it's when I was young, I would see my uncles getting drunk, beating their wives. And I actually did it. And I was like, I don't want to follow that. Like, how can I do that? But I knew that being around that's what I was learning. So I come up with this idea again. I think I was 8 or 9, and I said, okay, if I had a son, what my advice will be for him?
Well,
And if like my advice for my son, it will be like, don't ever drink. You don't have to drink. Now that advice that I gave to my imaginary son, I took it for me.
It's kind of like a moral.
Yeah.
Just-
I adapted for my own life, right? So that's why I have never drank. I have never smoked, done drugs or anything like that. And again, every time that I came out with something or any type of issue, I will go back to the same thing. Meaning, like, what age would you like for my, like, you have a son or a daughter?
2 daughters, yeah.
2 daughters. Or like, what age would you like for them to get married? Like around what age, or what would you like for them to accomplish before getting married? Because you already know how married life is. So how like around what age?
But
When they're ready.
I mean,
he's different because
oh yeah. I mean, when
No,
they're
it's
ready.
It's a legit question. It's a legitimate answer.
I mean,
It's-
no. But you have to think this way. Don't think about them exactly. What if it was up to you?
If I could do what I did over again,
No. If it was up to you, around what age would you like your daughters to get married?
I can't give you that answer, because to me, the right age for anybody, including my daughters, to get married is when they're ready. When they are ready to get married.
I mean, they can tell you that I'm ready at 17.
If they're ready, they're ready.
That's what I'm saying. But if I was up to you, would you let that happen? If it was up to you, it's just, and again, the rule is
It's
an
up to me.
imaginary son, okay, or
Yeah.
imaginary
No, I
daughter.
understand. If it was up to me, I would tell my daughter at 17.
look right here. If she says 17, I'm ready, right? You just say to yourself, like, yeah, I mean, if they're ready.
I'm following your rules. If it was up to me, my imaginary daughter at 17 said to me, I'm ready to get married, I would say, no, you're not.
Okay.
But
Then,
if that's what you want to do, knock yourself out.
no, I mean, that's,
Knock yourself
again,
out.
that's, again, I have never drank, right?
Yeah.
Now, I have a son. If he decides to drink, that's his life.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But the advice that I took for him,
Just
that
don't
I
drink.
wish that he can follow, I took it for myself.
Yeah.
Right?
So you didn't show him. You didn't show him that.
Sorry?
You didn't show him the side of drinking or whatnot.
Yeah, I mean, he has the option, you know?
Yeah.
So anyway, whenever I talk to people like that, it's like, if I had a daughter or if I had my son, I wish for him to get older, live his life, right? Figure out what he's gonna do. That way, at 50, he doesn't go like
Regret
not following his dream. So follow his dream.
Just make sure you didn't misunderstand what I said. He doesn't regret not doing what he did. What he's doing
No, but
now,
it's
not doing
harder.
Sooner.
It's harder.
It's just harder. Yeah.
Yeah, it's harder.
Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. So anyway, so and then leave for him to be able to enjoy every phase of their life before getting married.
Yeah.
Right. So if you see like a lot of people, like most people, they don't do that. Most people, they get married without having any plan, without enjoying their 20s, their single life. A lot of people, they get married with their high school girlfriend, and at the end of the day, I mean, the numbers they don't lie. The numbers are there.
Yeah.
From 100, the marriage
Divorce rate percentage 66%,
60
60 to 66.
and I have again I'm gonna jump the gun, but I drop you. I always
40
drop
to
these
50%.
numbers. I always drop these numbers. The divorce rate is like 50, right?
Yeah.
And then you got 50. From those 50%, I can almost guarantee you 45, they're shit marriages.
Yeah.
Like they're not good
just-
marriages.
That's just the ones that got divorced.
Sorry?
Are you talking about the ones that got
No.
divorced?
You get 100. You have 100%.
Yeah.
50% are
Getting
done.
divorced, yeah.
The other 50.
45 of those are shit marriages.
45
Yes, I agree
shit
with that
marriage.
100%.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
So,
they're
so
not-
do you
they're
see
not happy at all.
that's the type of result that we have in
society.
our lives?
Society.
Sorry.
In society, yes.
Yeah, I mean that's what we get, that's what we have. That's why whenever people ask me like, "Hey, how can we fix this?" We need to start by fixing ourselves at home, like fixing our house, fixing our
So-
relationship.
So would you suggest me doing it earlier than like 50?
Oh,
Like,
well,
What do you
not-
mean? So just what?
Well, going back to his question, instead of like fit, because he's doing it now, right? So should I like, go over and do what I want?
If you're asking me, yes. The answer is yes.
Yeah.
Do it. And I think I give you a lot of shit. I pick on you a lot. I think you're doing it right. You're 30 years old. You're not married. You've been with Priscilla for a long time, which is great, right? But don't get forced into marriage. Don't get forced into having kids.
I mean, wait. Give me a second. So you're 30. How for how long have you been with Priscilla or Priscilla?
Uh-oh.
That's a trick.
Oh,
You just gotta mention.
Just
it.
give him a number. Give him a number.
We'll cut
Yes,
this
it's
out.
cool, man. We'll cut it out. I'll fix it.
6 years.
6 years?
Yeah.
I mean, okay. So to me, you actually are married since you're 24.
Okay.
I mean, if you're not
Wait,
cheating,
you have a
you're not,
girlfriend, you're married?
If you're not cheating or if you're not with other girls, you're basically married. If
Okay,
you're only with one,
wait. Let's go back to that. What do you mean? If I have a girlfriend, if I get a girlfriend today, that means I'm married?
Well,
No, like
in
the
a way,
amount of time that has
like
passed.
let's say he's 30,
Yeah.
right?
And he's been with her 6 years.
24, and then let's say you get married at 35
yeah.
with the same girl.
Okay.
Yes.
Basically, you got married at 24.
No. No, sir. Are you married?
Huh? Yeah.
Did you date before you got married?
My wife?
Yeah.
Not really. 3 months.
Oh, wow.
Okay, well, that's different.
Oh.
Because there's a huge...
Okay, so check this out.
Wait. No. Check this out.
I don't think
There's a
you're-
huge difference between dating somebody for 6 years, where you see him 2-3 times a week,
Eso. Do you think it's
and
different?
being married
But
to somebody
you
where
don't grow.
you're
You
there
don't grow.
all day,
You don't
every
grow.
day.
You're with the same girl.
That doesn't matter.
But
That doesn't matter.
At home and as a girlfriend is different.
Yeah.
You see something.
Yeah, but you don't.
Person.
You're not enjoying your single life. You're not single.
Oh, he's not single.
Okay, I
You're
see what
not
you're
single.
saying.
You're not single. You're basically with the same girl.
Okay, I see what he's saying.
Not basically. He is with the same girl, but he's not married.
Again, let's say
In
he
his
gets
eyes.
married. Let's say he is married. The fact that he has not been with anybody, the fact that
I get that. When people ask me how long I've been with my wife, I say 23 years because we were dated for a long time. Then we started living together. We didn't get married until 7 years into our relationship. I don't count our marriage date, right?
Again, if you. So let's say some kids, they start dating at 17, 16, right? They start dating.
What?
They start
What
going
did you
out, right, at 16.
Yeah.
And they don't date nobody else, okay? They don't cheat. They just with the same person, right? And they get married at 30, right?
So they've been like 12, 15 years old.
Yeah, I mean, to me, the thing about being single is that you learn. The thing about dating other people is that you learn from other things, so you can become a better person. If you're with the same person, that you have, that they have the same ideas or the same, way of thinking, it's like you don't grow. You're not growing unless you experience.
I see what you're saying. Okay, but then whenever you get married, are you not learning anymore?
I mean, you get to learn, but basically you're not enjoying your
You're not single anymore, so you're not
single.
enjoying your single life anymore.
I get what you're saying. Okay.
I mean, that's.
I see what you're saying.
And again, I mean, my philosophies and my ideas, they're not for everyone, and that's pretty much what makes it, kind of like
Unique.
That's what makes it yours.
unique, or that's kind of the thing about it is that most of the people that they don't like my ideas usually is because, it kind of gets to them.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah,
Like, it makes you.
it's different, and I mean,
Wait, I could say the same thing though.
Huh?
Yeah, we
I
have
could say the same thing.
About what?
I mean, I could tell you my ideas, and if you don't agree with them, I could say, well, you don't like them because it kind of get to you.
I mean, depending on what you're talking about.
Well, it doesn't matter. You
I
didn't
mean,
say,
most of
wait. You said I have my ideas, and I think that the people that don't like them is because it kind of gets to them. I think that's a case for everybody, whether you're wrong or right, whether your ideas are correct or incorrect.
In a way.
Well,
yeah.
the thing about it is that what we're talking about and my things that I love talking is about relationships.
Oh,
And
I'm
that's
here for it. Let's
and
do
that's,
it.
And
Let's
that's
go.
what I'm talking about. Like,
Yeah, no, me too.
Yeah.
now,
But it doesn't matter though. The point is the same. We can have different ideas, and
But
if you don't like my ideas,
you gotta have a reasoning for that, not just
100%. Yes,
not
100%.
just like, well, that's how I thought.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
no,
Well,
that's how
that's your reasoning for it.
Oh, so
No,
but-
I have. There's reasons why I say what I.
Well, there's
what I
reasons
say.
why I say
Because
what I
you-
say. To my point is,
Look,
if you don't
this-
like what I say, it's because it gets to you. It's not because I'm right.
Let's go. I mean, let's see.
But you understand what I'm saying, though, right?
I mean,
Because
again,
you're
let's
basically
go
saying
see
your,
the point.
idea,
Let's
your
go see the
ideas
point.
are all right, and everybody else's ideas, if they don't agree with you, are wrong.
Is that where?
No, that's not.
Do you
what
think
he
that way?
said.
I
He
don't
says
think
his
that's what I
ideas.
said.
It's
No, no,
because
no,
it
no,
gets
no,
to
I
you.
I said a lot of the things that I do, they do get to people, and
The implication is it gets to you
Okay, so
because you
one
think
of the
it wrong.
one of the main things, and I can tell you right now, and again, I have basis for what I say, and is about single moms.
Okay.
Okay. People hate talking about that.
Yeah,
I
Okay.
love it. Let's go.
Now,
Okay, we haven't hit.
now
single
to
moms
me,
yet,
single
eh?
moms,
I don't
okay,
think so.
they're good for dating. Okay, they're good for having a good time, but you wouldn't like as
Wait.
a single man.
Before they become a
don't-
single mom or after they become?
I mean,
No,
single
after-
mom.
Oh, you
definitely
were like,
a
okay,
single
I
mom.
got you.
Yeah.
Like I always tell people, single mom, you should never get married with a single mom. never.
Okay. Why?
Toxic.
No, because of the toxic. Because they already lived
They're
a
single
life
for a
of-
reason, right?
No, because it's common sense, and whenever you actually use your head and think about it, you're gonna come with the same reasoning. Now, I don't know, like there's even single moms agree with me, and men that are with single mom, they agree with me, but they don't have the balls to take the
I agree with that.
to take the step,
So
right?
it's okay. What about single moms? Is like that they're not
Dateable.
they don't dateable, or they have a different type of
Single
thinking?
mom. Okay, so again, a real man. Okay, would never get married.
Define a real man.
Yeah, define a real man.
Doing what he needs to do.
Okay.
Okay, when he knows it's the right thing to do for his life. And
Okay.
again, you go back.
Isn't that just any
That's
person?
just a person.
What?
Isn't that just any person?
No. No, I mean, that's why we're so fucked up in this world, because there's not really that many real men.
What? Forget men, women.
Uh-huh.
Isn't a real person just a person that does what they're supposed to do because it's the right thing to do?
They don't do it.
I know they don't do it.
Then they're not real men. Like,
They're not real people.
I'm talking about real men, man.
I'm talking about real people. Are you saying that a woman that does what she's supposed to do because it's the right thing to do is not a real woman?
I said real men. No, I
know.
never said woman.
I know you didn't.
No, I mean, I cannot talk to women about women.
Why not?
I'm talking about men.
Well, you were talking about women. You're talking about single women,
Yeah, you just said
single
that.
moms.
I
Single
said,
moms shouldn't
wait.
be dated,
Give me a
so-
second. Give me a second. I talk as a man. If you're a man, a real man, you will not get married with a single mom.
No. Time out. We're going to go back. You're talking about single women or single moms, right?
Mhm.
So you are talking about women.
But
Can we establish that?
You may not be talking from the perspective.
You're not
of a
talking from
single
the
one.
perspective of a single woman, but you are talking about a single woman.
Yeah.
So you're talking about women.
Mhm.
Okay, that's established. You're talking about women. Now, you said a real man, and I said define a real man, and you said a real man is a person who does what they're supposed to do because it's the right thing to do. My counter is any person, whether they're a man, a woman, whatever the fuck they want to be, that does what they're supposed to do because it's the right thing to do, is a real person.
like they have the same morals and
It's the same thing across the board.
But I'm not saying real person. I'm saying real
I
men.
know what you're saying. All I'm saying is it
It
applies,
applies
to
to
everybody.
everyone. Yeah.
Your definition of a real man is also the definition of a real woman. It's also the definition of a real dog.
But I cannot talk about a real woman.
But you are talking about women.
in the single woman category.
If you're not going to talk about women in one respect, you can't talk about them in any respect.
Okay, so I mean, shoot me with the question, because I guess I'm not getting your point.
My point is, you can't say a real man would never date
No,
a
single
get
mom.
married.
single mom.
Get married with a
or
single
get
mom.
married with a single man.
Dating, that's fine. I mean, you can date a
Actually,
single
you can
mom.
say whatever you want. I'm not going to tell you you're wrong. That's your opinion. Your opinion is always right because it's your opinion. All I'm saying is your definition of a real man also applies to a real woman. That's it. That's literally all I'm saying.
Okay, so what I was saying is, like, a real man, right, would not get married with a single woman.
Okay.
And you go back to using the. I'm going back a lot to the same philosophy, which is the imaginary son.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if you're a single man, right, just imagine you, okay, having a son. Okay. If it was up to you, right, on your son, because that's the thing. A lot of people have the ability to think for other people, especially if it's somebody that is important to you.
Yeah.
It's harder for someone to make the right decision when you're thinking about you. So that's why I always use the imaginary son. Okay. So now let's say let's say you have a son, right? And again, don't worry about what he wants to do, because it's just imaginary. Okay, because at the end of the day, we know that my real son is not gonna give a fuck about what I say.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's just imaginary.
Okay.
If it was up to me, or if I was up to you,
Yeah.
right? You have a son. If that was up to you, would you want him to get married with a single mom, or a woman that is single and no kids? What would be your choice? And I don't think you should think about it that much.
I mean, obviously, you would go with what's it called? Not a single mom.
Okay.
The other one.
Yeah, we would know what.
At the same time, I can't. This would be I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
judge him.
again, don't worry about
I get
his
you.
life.
I have a
For
question
me.
though, because based on what you're saying, someone that does what they're supposed to and what they think is right is a real man. So if this man thinks that getting married with this woman who's a single mother is what's right, then what makes him less of a man? Why is he the one that's not a real man, but the actual father who may or may not be taking care of the child?
Because you're forgetting the fact that what you want to do, what you want to use, okay, is the imaginary son, okay,
Well,
or the imaginary.
You can talk about imaginaries all you want, but we live in the real world. We don't live in hypotheticals. But
Yes,
at the end of the day, if
that's
you
how
ask
you.
me,
That's how you make the right decision, though.
yeah, if you ask me,
No, you're
if
right.
you ask me the same question, you want to ask me the same question?
You're right.
I want my son to marry a good woman. I don't give a fuck whether she has a kid or not. Right. Because if that woman made a bad choice before in her life and married a bad man,
That's true.
and then decided to leave him, that's a good woman. That's a smart woman. Yeah. That's a woman I want my son to be with. So if she is a good woman, ultimately that's what I want my son to marry.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck whether she has a kid or not.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
And him marrying her doesn't make him less of a man.
Correct.
It's just
If it's the right thing to do.
Again, I don't think you guys getting the exact point.
No, I'm getting the point.
I'm getting
This is an imaginary son.
Listen. Okay, so, all right. So you have
My advice to my imaginary son is marry a good woman.
marry a good woman.
That's it. Period. End of sentence. That's it.
And it can have
Marry,
and it can be any.
not marry a single woman with no kids. That's not my advice. My
That's
advice is marry a good woman.
good woman.
That's the thing, though. But a good woman can be one with no kids.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
But a
So-
good woman
so
can
a
also be
good
one
woman
with
can-
multiple
yeah,
kids.
exactly.
So that's what but you have the choice, though. You have the choice.
The choice is marry a good woman.
The choice is whatever makes you happy, go ahead and do.
That's true, también.
Okay, so let's think about it this way. Okay,
All right.
a single mom. Okay, a single mom with a kid. Okay, with a kid. If it was up to her, okay, if it was up to her, which one would you think he would choose? She would choose for him. If it was up to him, a single mom or a woman with no kids. And I'm talking about, let's pretend that the woman, both women
All
are
things
good.
being equal? Yeah, she's
Yes.
going to choose someone with no kids, obviously. Yes.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. You make the right decision that way.
But that's not the right decision, though.
yeah.
The right decision is doing something that you wish your imaginary son would do.
Oh, for yourself, this is too.
Yes,
Okay,
yeah.
for
You
yourself.
use it for you, not for your kid. Like, again,
Yeah.
So what you're saying is that if you meet a good woman, she has everything in a woman you could ever possibly want. Because we're talking hypotheticals, right? It's an imaginary kid. This is an imaginary woman. It's an imaginary woman that has everything you could ever, everything that since you were 8 years old, you thought you want in a woman. This woman has it. And you haven't been able to find in 40 years another woman that has all of these things. But you find this one woman and you date her for 2 months. And at the end of 2 months, you find out she has a kid. You're like, fuck. We were so close, but I can't do it now.
You're going to give that up?
the thing about it is that, like, people, or your point is that there's only one. There's a lot of women. There are a lot of women.
Yeah.
But we were talking about hypotheticals, though. We're talking about hypotheticals.
There's also not a lot of good women.
No. I mean, what?
Wait. Adrian at enmistiempospodcast.com. All your emails to Adrian.
What I meant by that was there's a lot of bad people, and they could be could be white, they could be Hispanic, and I'm not gonna take this to a race or anything.
Yeah.
But they could be white, they could be Hispanic, they could be black, they could be any race.
Yeah.
Right. And same thing with good women. They could be with kids, they could be without kids, they could be
Widowed, they could be
Adopted.
divorced, they could be.
say something else.
Adopted kids.
Huh?
I don't know. I'm just going throwing stuff out there.
So
Okay, so
yeah,
whenever you start, you're growing up, right? Whenever you're growing up, and let's pretend that you come up with this idea, okay, right? Let's pretend that you come up with this idea.
Wait. You like to
pretending.
talk a lot. You'd like to talk a lot and pretend.
Yeah.
Like, we don't live in a perfect world. We don't live in a pretend world. We live in the real world where people make mistakes. Do you make mistakes? Have you been perfect since you were 8?
I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
Okay. Well, that says a lot about you, that you can't admit that you make mistakes. I make mistakes.
I mean,
Are you a religious person?
No.
Good. Neither am I. So we can talk from a logical standpoint.
Yeah, that's
Logic states that at some point everybody is gonna fuck up. I don't care how good you think you are. You're not perfect.
But
Perfection does not exist in any state, anywhere in nature, other than nature.
But the thing about it, though, is what kind of decisions you making.
Yeah,
it's
you
about
can,
it's
all
about
you're gonna
making.
do-
No,
all
it's
you're gonna
about
do
making the
best
decision.
decisions that you think are the best decisions.
Those
And
same
everybody
decisions,
does the same thing.
Those same
everybody
decisions
makes-
that you
No,
said
they don't.
that
No,
you
they
thought
don't.
were right
No,
for
they don't.
yourself,
I mean-
someone else might see and think those weren't right.
if let's
So
say
you've made mistakes.
sorry.
You've made mistakes. You just
Not to him.
are clueless about it. Is what it seems like.
I mean, let's talk about like once again relationships. Let's talk about like important decisions that you make during your lifetime, right? That they can actually affect and important things about your life. And I'm sorry, but like I cannot think of one.
If you were not if you had never made a mistake in your life and every decision that you have ever made was the right one, I guarantee you would not be sitting here today talking to us.
Yeah.
Why?
Because you would be living a much better life.
You would be
You
living
don't
your
even
ideal
know.
life.
You would be living your.
I am.
When you were 8 years old, you
I
did
am.
not. You're full of shit. When you were 8 years old, you did not for one
You
second
don't even
think.
know me, bro.
I know, but I know that when you were 8 years old, your ideal life was not. You know what? When I'm 40, I don't know what you do for a living, but I'm going to be working a job that, you know us. You talk to us. We're not the high echelon of society. We haven't made all the right decisions. We live where we live.
But you have no idea what you're saying, though.
Okay.
Well, where are you getting at though?
I'm getting that.
So he's supposed to be rich.
If as he just stated,
He's
had
never made
the
mistakes.
right decision every time in his life and had never made a mistake, yes, he would be doing much better than he is.
Not necessarily.
Unless
Or, I
when
mean-
he was 8 years old, his ideal life was when I'm 40 years old, I want to be working, let's say your upper middle class job, making upper middle class money.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about.
You're wrong.
No.
Yeah, you are.
Okay. I'm telling you, when I was 8 years old, I wanted to be an astronaut, or I wanted to be a doctor, or I wanted to be filthy rich living in an island. I did not want to be sitting in this
It's a nice
house
studio.
a block away from the
Yeah,
hood.
I know, but are you
doing
happy?
a podcast?
Are you happy?
Yeah, I'm happy.
But
I don't regret any of the choices
at 8
I've
years
made.
old, you were not
I
thinking
did not
this
regret.
would
I
be
don't
the
regret
dream.
any of the choices I've made, but I've made a lot of bad
As it-
choices.
Was your
I have fucked
get
up a
that.
lot.
I get
Was your-
that, but
He's saying he hasn't.
is your
well, I don't
ideal
know him that well either.
was
But
his
you know
ideal-
that that's not true, though.
No, but I know him well enough to know how he sort of live his life. And I don't know all of it.
I
but
don't
know
care
a
how
lot
you
of
live
it.
here. You could be the best person in the world. You're right. I don't know you from Adam. You could be the best person in the world.
but
I
I'm
promise
not saying
you.
he's the best person in the world either, but I'm saying
You've made mistakes.
He's very happy.
You've made the wrong decision one time in your life, at least.
or just the
I agree with
decision he
that. I'm
thought it
sure
was
he's
right.
made mistakes. I
But
mean,
that's all I'm
everybody
saying.
has,
He
but-
won't say that.
Well, I mean,
That's another thing.
him.
Yeah. But so then
And that's fine. If that's the way you want to look at yourself, I'm not here to fucking knock you down. I'm just
You
saying.
did.
I'm just saying.
what he's saying-
Don't knock
Okay.
other people down.
I'm not.
You are. You're saying
When
if
did
you're
I,
not
when did I say names?
because
Or when
you,
did,
because you said if you don't do this, you're not a real man. A real man would never do this. So therefore, anybody that did do that is not a real man.
in a way.
You're knocking other people down.
once again, when you present with that decision that you have to make, okay, and you use, okay,
the logic.
the logic, okay, and if you don't make that decision, okay, you basically are not real men. I'm sorry, like that's how things are.
But what makes you not a real man?
That's the funniest thing I've
That's
ever
the
heard.
one thing is like you keep saying you're not a real man if you don't. What
So-
then? What do you think is a real
Okay,
man?
okay. Let's. When you make any type of important decision, okay, and again, okay, please remember to use the imaginary son.
No,
Fuck,
but that's the
we're,
thing.
we're done with the imaginary son. We're talking about real life.
Yeah. At
That's
this
how
point,
you come. That's
That's how you come. That's how you
that's
come
how
to
it
your
is.
that's how
decisions.
you.
Okay.
That's how you come to your decisions. I come to my decisions by asking myself, am I doing the right thing? Am I hurting anybody? If Jesus was alive today, I'm not a Christian, I'm not religious, I don't believe in God. But if the proverbial Jesus was alive today, is this what he would do? That's how I make my decisions. Is it going to affect anybody else negatively?
Uh-huh.
And is it the best thing for me?
Yeah.
That's how I make my decisions. If it's the best thing for me, but it's going to affect somebody else negatively, I think about it twice. And then I make a decision.
Okay.
If the answer to the first question is no, then I make that decision. That's it.
If
It has nothing to do with whether I'm a real man, whether it has nothing to do with any of that bullshit.
Okay,
No imaginary, nothing.
Okay.
Right now, real life, what's happening to me right now.
Okay, so let's use alcohol. Okay, let's use alcohol. And again, please try to be honest. If it was up to you, okay, if it was up
Would
to
I
you,
tell my son to drink alcohol if he wants to? Yes. Here's the thing with alcohol: you control alcohol. You don't let alcohol control you. That's the thing with anything in life.
Literally anything.
Anything in life. If you have a problem with alcohol because your uncles were beating your aunts, that's because the alcohol was controlling them. I have never laid a hand on anybody, man, woman, child, ever, since I was like 14 years old, because I used to get in fucking street fights. Right? I'm not an animal. I have the capacity to reason, and I do. Yeah. And when I get to the point where this is going to affect what I do, I stop, because I can control that. If you can't, don't drink.
He's got a point. Yeah.
I mean, once again,
cheers.
Don't go to, it's up to them. It's just a simple question. If
I gave you a simple
up to
answer.
you, no, you didn't. You
Yes,
you gave me the whole thing about like, well, it's up to them.
It is up to them.
It is because we don't.
Because you're using imaginary kids. Use you.
Okay, well, all right. So let's. I use it the way I use it. Okay, all right. So to me, right, I don't want my kid to ever drink alcohol.
Why?
Huh?
Why?
What history do you have with it?
He already told you what history.
I mean, he has the history.
It's not necessary.
Yeah, but
It's not necessary.
There's a lot of things in life that aren't necessary. Like you buying the outfit that you're wearing right now, it's not necessary.
Dude, you're going. Okay.
You're talking about making smart decisions, spending money on something with a brand name in front of it. Mm-hmm. Stupid, completely unnecessary. Does not benefit you in any way. It benefits them.
I see what you mean. Well,
everything you're wearing is branded. Stupid decisions, bad decisions, do not benefit you in any way. Not the right thing to do for a real man. Because a real man should be trying to preserve money to provide for his family better. Not to look good while he does it.
So, okay.
Once again, I don't think it matters what you people wear. What matters is for you to be nice.
It doesn't matter.
Why does it matter if
alcohol? It is a bad thing. I mean,
how?
So it's fucking spending money on shit you don't need.
Espérate.
Dude, you're telling me alcohol is not bad?
I'm not telling you alcohol is not bad. Alcohol is really bad.
It's bad.
Alcohol is bad.
So then, I mean, so there, what?
So why did you buy that shirt?
What is that? I mean, people are dying because of this?
Yes.
Probably.
Yeah.
It might be made in a sweatshop.
Do you know where that shirt was made?
I mean,
but why do you think, is there a way for alcohol not to be bad?
No, there is no way.
No, in no way. But in his eyes,
the alcoholic will answer that for you. No, there is no way. Okay. Alcohol is bad unless you're rubbing it on a wound.
Okay. Well, that's true. Yeah.
But it's fun.
I'll give you that. But it is fun.
The difference is I'm not delusional about the things I do.
I
know that I am a human being that makes mistakes, makes bad choices.
Yeah.
Right? But the key is to have control over the choices that you make.
Yeah, like we're controlling.
Once your choices are controlling you, then you have a problem.
Yeah. The cruzaste, you're on the wrong side. Yeah,
but to say everything that other people do is wrong and everything that I do is right is delusional.
Once again, it goes to what you really, really feel, what the person really, really feels. Mm-hmm. That if you base your decisions on that, okay, that you really wish, you know.
Question: do you think me, for example, or nomás right here, me drinking this is me being bad or something? In a way, I don't care what you say, but it's okay.
I just go back to. It just main people like most of the time people cannot make the decisions based on us.
Yeah.
It's better for you to use the imaginary son or imaginary daughter, son or daughter.
Espérate. So what if I say I don't want this for my kid? You know, like I don't.
Then don't do it.
But I'm okay with it doing it for myself.
That's the thing, though. That's the thing, though. What kind of example do you want to give to your kids?
No, that's it.
But that's okay. Thank you. That's what I wanted to get to. You just made it for me. The example that I want to set for my kid is do what you want as long as you're in control of it.
Is it? What do you think of that?
The example you're giving your kid is don't do this because it's bad. Don't do that
Because
it's
I
bad.
didn't
Don't
do
do
it.
that because it's bad. Don't do that because it's bad.
I decided that
everything's bad.
No. You again. My son is 11. Okay.
Yeah. No, you're imaginary. We're not talking about your son.
I mean,
We're talking about your imaginary son.
the son that I can control.
What? The imaginary
son,
one.
which is the imaginary.
Yeah. We're talking about that one. I don't care about your real son.
Okay, I wish that my imaginary son would never drink.
Okay.
Or would never do drugs.
Okay.
That's terrible.
What? It's
Like,
a kid that you can control. It's imaginary. If it was my real son, if he wants to drink whenever he wants to drink, that's up to him. That's gonna be his life.
Yes, but your advice to him is going to be don't drink, and then he's going to do it behind your back.
You're lying.
You're lying.
My advice to my son will be: use your imaginary son. If you wish,
Yes, your advice to your son.
The advice
To your real son.
The advice to my real son will be: make the decision based on what you wish your son would
That's
do.
fair. Yeah.
So yeah. So what he was saying is
That's fair.
Again, we go back to the main point. It's an imaginary son. You cannot control your son or your real son or your real daughter. But based on that, okay, let's pretend you can actually control, because whenever you have a son or a daughter, you want the best for them. Why don't you use that idea
for yourself?
So you can be the person that you actually want to be.
Can you agree that what you think is the best for your imaginary son is not necessarily what I think is the best for my imaginary son? It's not the same.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm more of a realist.
No,
so
I agree.
You agree with that?
Yeah, that's why
let's fist bump that because we disagreed a lot.
That's what I'm saying. No.
Keep listening. If you agree with that, then you agree that if I think the best advice for my imaginary son, not my real daughter, not my real whatever, because I have those two, but the best advice from me to my imaginary daughter is, if you want to drink, have a drink. Make sure that you're in control.
Right.
So
that's totally different than what you would tell your imaginary son.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes.
Again, I started by saying, right, each of us, let's use that rule of imaginary son.
Okay,
now
wait. Let me finish. So you agree with that so far?
But
that we can differ in the advice that we give our imaginary kids.
Yes.
Based on that, if our kids make a decision that we don't agree with, and it does
You're
not
talking
fit
about the real kid.
the real kid.
Okay.
Yeah.
because they applied the same logic that whatever. Well, no, because you're going to tell him to do the imaginary something. I'm going to tell him to do whatever the fuck I think. But whatever. If they make a decision that's not in line with what you believe your imaginary son should do, I guess you're going to think that they're wrong in what they did and that they're not real men and that they're not all this and that they're not that.
I can think that they're wrong, but I still think if that's what that your logic, that's what your logic, and that's what you like. Let's go back to drinking. My idea, right, is I wouldn't if it was up to me, my imaginary son would never drink. That's why I never drink. Right now, my son is 11. I wish that he will learn the same thing, which I do.
I think he will.
I tell him, and I tell him like, look,
he'll see it. He may not learn it and respect it.
Look. Do what you wish your imaginary son would like.
You would tell them the same thing.
You would tell them the same thing. Like you do what you wish your imaginary son would do.
Yeah.
That and then they can. If my son is like,
It's okay
I
to
wish
drink.
my imaginary son would drink, and I'm gonna drink. Go ahead. That's
it just goes back to
go
his
ahead.
head. Yeah.
Go ahead. That's
you. Yeah.
That's you. Okay. That's basically if that's what you want to do.
Then would you think your real son is a real man?
Sorry. If he makes the decision based on
logic?
I'm gonna do
what I think my imaginary son should do. So I'm gonna drink.
Yeah.
And if he makes that
decision,
choice,
you think he's a real man.
Yes.
As long as he makes the same logic, what he decides for
So
himself.
I guess your measure of a real man is that he applies the imaginary son logic to his decision making.
And if he makes a decision based.
So how do you know that people that you consider not real men didn't use that logic to arrive at that decision?
question.
What decision?
any decision. So this, I don't want to name, but is there somebody that out there that you don't consider a real man?
Yeah, a lot.
Okay. So how do you know that those people didn't arrive at the decisions that they made using the same logic? Because you agree that we can differ in the logic. We can differ in what we think our imaginary son should do, right? I could say, you obviously say don't drink. I say drink, but be in control. And there's people out there that have made those decisions. So how do you, how can you say, how do you know that those people are not real men if you don't know what the logic that they use?
Because they're not happy.
How do you know they're not happy?
Because they say they're not happy.
Oh, well, okay, that's people you're talking
He's talking about the people
with.
that he.
I mean, I cannot talk about. I cannot talk about you. I don't know you, but I can. I mean, you ask. I'm sorry.
An unhappy man is not a real man.
Well, I mean, because again, this making decisions that he like that's not what he wished his son would.
I agree that an unhappy man is an unhappy man, but I'm asking you: do you think an unhappy man is not a real man?
Again, depending on the decisions, the decision that he
well, no,
that he
I
took.
asked you, how do you know that they're not real men? And you said because they're not happy. So to you,
because they wish they made a different lifestyle.
Yeah. What if they made all those same decisions that they thought was right and still unhappy?
The thing about it though is that like a lot of people, they they make decisions that like let's put it into relationships again. Like there's a lot of couples that they fight and fight and fight and fight and fight and fight, right? And they still get married, right?
Oh shit, you're talking about unmarried couples. Yeah, there's a lot of those too.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's just an example. I can marry couples the same thing.
Yeah.
So whenever people are in a bad relationship, and if you ask them, and again, using logic and again using the personality in Spanish is tener los huevos de tomar la decisión correcta, okay? So you go into that, okay? If you're in a bad relationship, okay, and if you actually think about it, okay, will you use your imaginary son, right? And if it was up to you, would you? If you see that your son is having the same relationship, okay, the same relationship that you have of fighting, right? Yeah. Would you
want the same for?
What would you tell your imaginary son to do? Would you tell him like leave. Get married or leave?
Leave.
Then make that decision and leave.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
I think you know what I think. Yeah, I think the problem that I have, and I think Luis has, I don't know about you two because you haven't spoken up any at all.
Oh, yeah, I'm taking all the fucking minds.
It's you saying the real man. I don't think we disagree with anything you're saying as far as the relationship aspect of it, what you should tell your kids. Like we agree on all of that. It's just that you're discounting 99.9% of men.
Yeah, that's what society is the way it is.
Yeah, but why do you have to do that? Why do you feel the need to do that? Why can't you just say he's an unhappy?
So are you the epitome of man?
That's an unhappy man. That's a stupid man. That's whatever man.
So wait, no, because earlier you couldn't admit that you made mistakes. So you would consider yourself the epitome of man.
Yes, that's how you come across. You are the best man that has ever existed because you've never made a mistake.
Never made a mistake.
The most interesting man in the world exists, so I don't know.
And if you do, that's fine, man. That's you. It is what it is.
Okay. So if you let's talk about me, since that's what I mean. That's basically what you guys. Because at the end of the day, it should be the what we're talking about, which is el mensaje. En lugar de la persona.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Right, but we're applying el mensaje to la persona.
No, it's not necessary though.
But that's what you're doing though.
Listen. Okay, I'm going to give you a metaphor. Okay? Your grandma didn't go to school. Didn't go to university, right? If she tells you, hijo, you should go to school. So is that a bad advice because she didn't go?
No, absolutely.
She's not. Okay, let's think about the message. Don't think about me because you don't even know me. Think about the message. But if you want to really talk about me, let's go.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Your message is good. Your message is real good. So until you say
it's packaged.
Until you say, and again, I think I said this last week. There's a lot of You know what a social justice warrior is?
Kinda.
It's people that are fighting for equality, for women's rights, for black people,
Equity.
Yeah.
equity, all that stuff, right? These people, they have their message is good. Their intentions are good. They want to do the right thing for the world.
Sometimes
But
they go about it the
sometimes
wrong way.
the way they say shit works against them, and the message is lost.
Right. Trump?
Everything you say,
Did
everything
you
you've
just call
said
Donald Trump
today,
a justice warrior?
everything you've said today, I agree with until you say you're not a real man because you didn't do this.
That's where you lose.
Look,
everything.
And then you lost
no, no.
everybody. You lost
Well,
everybody.
No.
Have y'all listened to any of the podcast?
Whose podcast?
His older one.
Oh, I didn't.
I have.
Did you send it to us?
He did at
Oh,
the
I didn't.
beginning
Oh,
because
brother,
we
I
started
did.
at the same time.
Well,
Yeah.
I was listening to it. I've listened to it before, and I listened to it on the way here just to kind of catch up. And again, I agree with a lot of the
I
things
agree
that
with
he says.
just about everything he says,
But
until he says
there might
that.
be a bit of a message.
It's a delivery issue.
Delivery. But everything he's saying,
Yeah.
maybe not everything,
But
but,
I guarantee you,
99% of the things that he says.
how long have we been recording, Luis?
About 50.
58 minutes.
57.
58 minutes. You lost half of our listeners at like 5 minutes, and nobody heard anything you say because 99.9% of our listeners aren't real men, according to you. And your message is now lost.
So, as long
Does
as
that
I-
make sense to you?
I mean, it makes sense what you're saying, but if si te va a doler que te digan eso, then
Pero si nadie te escucha, ¿lo dijiste?
I mean, no, but that's what I'm saying. If it hurts you, words, right?
It's not going to hurt them because they didn't hear it.
No, but you said that as soon as I said that, like, they stopped listening. And I mean,
if it hurts,
So
I
is
mean,
your
if they
goal
hurt-
to offend people or is your goal to help people?
Yeah.
I guess
Because it seems like you're trying to
or, it's-
alienate.
or he's trying
people.
to get the right
I'm
people.
trying
that
to
he
tell
wants
you
talk to.
that what you're saying is right. Your message is good. But the way you say it, people stop listening to you and they don't hear your message.
It comes off like you're
if you
judging
want to
them.
help people, if you want people to hear what you're saying, stop judging them
Yeah.
and just say your message. Just say what you think. Say what you believe. Say it with the passion that you're saying it with right now. But don't say, if you don't agree with what I'm saying, then you're not,
You're
a, real
not a real
man.
man.
Because now no man is listening to you. Because no man, unless they are Jesus Christ and the make-believe Bible, meets the standards that you're setting.
do you see?
And I just alienated all Christians and they stopped listening to me.
Do you
Don't attack
see?
us.
Do you see how you said? You see how you said that I lost everybody in 5 minutes, but then
Yes.
after that you said that my message is right,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So
So again,
if you're a real man and it hurts you, then you have a bigger problem than that.
the people that you didn't hurt don't need to hear you. You didn't hurt me.
Yeah.
I don't need to hear your message. I'm a real man and I don't give two shits what you say about it.
No, that's good.
But the people that you want to help, stop listening.
Because you immediately offended.
So you're not trying to help.
Again, if I offend people with words, then you do have a bigger problems.
Or
Yes, I
maybe
know.
you're the
We
problem.
don't
yourself.
disagree with that.
Okay,
You're right.
So so you're right. I mean, you're telling me that I'm right. So
Yes, I am telling
So
you.
you're
that
saying-
right.
you're
But
saying-
my question.
I don't know.
The question is: are you trying to help people, or are you just trying to say what you think?
I mean, I think
Because if you're just trying to say what you think, you're doing a great job of it, and it's great. Whatever, fuck it. Don't give a fuck. Keep doing what you're doing. But if you're literally and really and truly and honestly trying to help people, you're not doing it because nobody is listening to what you're saying because of the way you say it.
in a way.
And you're saying all the right things.
Again, I just think they're words. If
If you're offended, then you don't need to hear it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I think everybody has a different way to deliver things. I mean,
Yes.
some people are gonna like
some ways are right and some ways are wrong.
Just an example at the gym, right? Just an example. There are gonna be people at the gym, coaches. They're gonna be like, "Come on, you can do it. You got it, right?" And you're gonna like that. Okay. I see at the gym that I go, I see other coaches or other trainers that they go like, "Come on, give me one more, motherfucker." I mean, and they
That's it.
The tough
and
love
they talk
bullshit.
like that.
yeah.
Okay, so I'm not saying either one of them are right or wrong, but they're just saying that each person has a different way to deliver. And again, some people, they can take tough love. Some people, they need soft love. So it's whatever. I mean, again, it's whatever you want to listen to.
So what you're saying is whoever wants to hear you will listen, and whoever's, if they hate the way you talk,
yeah, I'm not. I'm not
you
for
don't
everyone.
Talk to them.
I'm not for everyone.
I get what he's trying to say.
I get what he's saying too. I'm just
not
saying
for everyone.
the people that he's trying to reach
are the people that he's not for.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. So
does that make sense?
Do you think the people that los que se van, they're gone, right? Pero the one that stayed,
los que se quedan son los que ya están de acuerdo contigo.
Yeah. The thing about it is that
you're like Donald Trump.
They're never going to question you. They're just going to keep believing.
How do you feel about Donald?
What about him?
How do you feel about him? Do you agree with him?
What are you talking about? I mean, there's so many factors. I mean,
are you a Donald Trump fan? Did you vote for him? Would you vote for him? Do you agree with the things he says?
Again, my main thing, right? My main idea and my main focus, right, is the type of relationships he has, that he is as a man. Now, as a man,
the fuck, I'm talking about Donald
yeah,
Trump.
We're just talking about.
I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you.
Are you a fan of his
just give me a
politics?
second.
I don't care how he is as a man. He's a politician.
I don't care.
Yeah.
He's a politician.
He's a celebrity with a lot of money.
He's trying to talk to
the thing. My main thing is, as a man, right? He has a lot of divorces and different baby mamas and different.
Can I rephrase the question? Can I rephrase the question?
He judges people differently than you do.
I'm going to rephrase the question. How do you feel about Donald Trump's politics?
I really don't care, or I don't think about that.
Okay. So you don't vote? You don't care about politics?
No.
Okay. How do you feel about I gotta find another example.
My main thing is about I worry about the things that I can control in my life with my family. Those are the type of things that I really care for. I don't really care about
right. How do you feel
politics.
About the Pope?
Sorry?
How do you feel about the Pope and his politics?
No, is he a real man?
I mean, it's the same thing. It's
it sounded like
we got to the same thing.
It's gonna those are the things you can control.
Sorry?
It's
because you're Mexican or you're Hispanic. I don't know what nationality you are, but so whatever country you're from,
it's the same answer.
No, it's not, because whatever country you're from, it's probably predominantly Catholic, and your family was probably predominantly Catholic.
Yeah,
and you were raised predominantly Catholic.
Yeah,
and they were heavily influenced by whatever the Pope said. Right. Mm-hmm. So how do you feel about the Pope and his politics and what he's telling your family to do?
I mean,
I don't give a fuck about how he is as a man, because he doesn't have a wife, he doesn't have kids, he doesn't have anything.
His
politics,
again,
it's not a fucking trick question.
Well,
just answer the question.
The thing is, I'm trying to put it in a way that is what I really care for.
That's not what I asked you. Just answer the question that I asked you.
It's in a way, no?
Dude, it's because you asking me a personal question. So if you ask me a personal question, it's like, I don't care.
It's not a personal question.
I don't care.
How do you feel about the Pope's politics?
Nothing.
Nothing at all?
No, nothing.
So
listen.
Okay.
I don't feel anything about their politics or the Catholic, all right? I don't feel that. Now, give me 1 second. Let me explain. Now, if you're a man, okay, and you lead your family based on the idea of believing God or believing religion, right? Without you actually, okay, working and actually figuring out what you really believe, but because if you tell me that you believe something because that's what they taught you, right? Then that's the wrong way for me to for you to lead your family. Okay, whatever you believe in, it should be because you already studied, you already figured it out, you already come up with the conclusion that actually works for you, right?
You've learned from watching other people, like you've learned.
So like
you've learned a lot more from just seeing other people do all. Yeah, no, I see what you mean.
Yeah, I see what you mean. So, if I don't go to church every Sunday or do practice it and read the Bible, I shouldn't be teaching.
The thing about it is that like
or preaching, raising my family.
okay, we have a okay. Anyway. So I'm gonna call myself an atheist, but there should not be a word for atheist. Okay, like there should not that word should not exist. Okay, but they already gave us to us. Okay, so now I can almost guarantee you, right? The most Christians, the people that believe, they have never read their book. Okay, they listen to anybody else,
absolutely, yeah.
Anybody else, because again, once you start reading the Bible, it's
ever different.
I'm an atheist. I'm always telling people, read your Bible, read your Bible. Okay,
I've always thought like
I always tell people, hey,
an atheist, the Bible is their like most important weapon.
Yeah, it's there. But people don't. People are so close minded that like they don't wanna read it. They don't wanna analyze, like think about it for themselves. Okay, and I think that's a real problem, because whenever you start, like, again,
I see what you mean.
It's fine whenever you have kids and your kids are little, and that's what they do. Then they indoctrinate the
Whatever
people when they're kid. But whenever you start growing up and you start saying God this, God does, and then your kids actually see you living your life the way you live, that's when they lose respect for you, because you may say, especially in our culture. Dios te ayude, que Dios te bendiga, si Dios quiere, si Dios el otro, si Dios aquello, si esto el otro. But the way you live the way most Hispanic people that I know live their lives, it has nothing to do with God. And most people that they know me, they actually know me, they actually think that the way I live my life is more Christian than the actual Christians. Okay?
It's safe to say that I can vouch for that. I can.
Yeah.
I live my life in a more Christian way than most Christians, I could say.
Well, what's the Christian way?
Fully loving others.
In a way, yeah.
Is it?
I mean, I mean, again, it just.
I see what you mean, though. It's true. I mean, you see most people that don't practice and whenever your kids are a little, you are their idol. They love you. They think you're the best. But then whenever you start growing up, whenever they start growing up and they start thinking for themselves, right? That's whenever they lose respect for you, and they start, they don't really care about what you think or what. Because of what you believed, or
wonder why.
Because of what I showed.
And now, if we go back to the Catholics or the Christian, again, if you're a man, if you lead your family, and if you think, oh well, we do this because we're Catholic, without doing your research, then again, that's the easy way for you to lose the respect that your family has for you.
Yeah, society has us all fucked up. That's for sure.
No way.
Yeah, many different ways. Just what cult do you want to follow?
Okay, espérate. Don't call it a cult, pero I see what you're saying.
Why not call it a cult?
Perdón, hermano.
Wait, no, yeah. I want to know. Why not call it a cult?
No. I mean, I'm Catholic, so I do believe in stuff, but at the same time, stuff. But that's how I'm going to keep it at.
Were you indoctrinated as a kid, or is this like a born again?
No, we're talking about baptism, right?
Yes, he was indoctrinated.
Yes, I was.
Oh, God.
I was. I mean, but whenever I got to my confirmation, though, I did it for myself.
Did you?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I got taken to the class, but once I took the classes y todo eso, read the book, whatever they have for us. It's like 15, 16.
Luis.
I see what he's doing. But no, I know. I am. I did. So.
The thing about it is that, like, it's so funny how people are born into the right religion. That's actually really funny. Right. Because if you're born,
everybody's born into the right religion.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay,
okay, and so you have not. I don't know if you have had the time, because I don't know you, but I don't know if you had the time to explore other religions, because that's funny how everybody is like.
You got a point. I mean, it is true.
Yeah, you can pick whatever you want.
Yeah, everyone. I was born into this
Whatever-
family.
whatever-
The thing
fits
about it is that the thing is, or one of the many points that I have about religion is they all have the same idea, and I'm gonna use a little math, and obviously I'm gonna make it in a way that it can kind of make sense.
Okay.
So let's break it down into, let's just put three religions, right? Right, but obviously there's a lot more.
A whole lot.
Okay, 3, right? And all 3 they have their same God.
Okay.
I mean, each has their own God, right? Let's pretend there are 9 billion people in the planet. 9 billion people on the planet. Each religion, we're gonna give it
3 billion.
3 billion, right? That means 6 billions of people
Are wrong.
are wrong and are gonna burn in hell. So how do you know which one is the right one? Okay. And the other thing, are you happy knowing that? Let's say you got the right one.
And
Are you happy? Are you happy to know that the other 6 billion people, just because they thought they were on the right religion, they're gonna burn in hell? Are you okay with that? I'm not.
No, I'm not either. But
No, I mean that's
at the
what
end of the day, you're not gonna find out until you get to the door. They got
I mean the door that
George, there's no door, man.
What if there's no
door?
the gates,
Yeah,
the
door.
gates. Sorry, the gates. Cuando llegues a los gates.
There's no gate.
Well, no.
It's a
Whenever
wood.
you're like
It's a
open your
fence.
eyes.
No, again. Most of the religion they
padlock.
made it up long time ago, and we're already in
believe what we believe.
an age that we should be past that. We should be and the past that in a way that. I mean, do you really think there was a flood and
I believe a lot of things. So.
a 900-year-old
Let me
old man?
preface this.
I do think there
He
was a
believes
flood.
conspiracy theories
I
like no other.
like,
So
I believe
you
a lot of
gotta-
things. I believe a lot of things.
I do think
So,
there was a flood because of Atlantis. That's the only reason.
because I want
Atlantis?
I do believe in
Yeah.
that stuff. O sea,
The underground.
it is stories that were passed down, but it's all comes down to like faith, and fe and believing in it. So I do believe in those stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's just my belief in whatever
Yeah, no.
I gotcha.
And again, if that makes you happy, it's perfect for you. That's
Yeah.
the main thing.
At the end of the day, you want to be happy.
Now, the other thing is that it's awesome that that you're happy with that and pleased with that. But this at the same time is you kind of have to ignore the fact that religion does a lot of bad things too. Like you have to ignore it, And if you're happy with that too, I mean that's
well, not ignore it, acknowledge it.
because the fact is that whenever you go to church and you give like $1, you basically are paying.
I don't give them $1.
Or
don't
what?
give
I
them
mean, most people whenever they
You don't pay tithe?
basically you've been paying for pedophile cases.
I see what you're going
You've
at.
been paying for pedophile cases,
I see-
especially on the Catholic Church.
I see what you're going at, but at the same time, I get what you're saying, but at the same time, I don't give money. I don't give money because I always I don't like that.
The fact that you subscribe to it is that basically you're part of it.
I acknowledge it. I know that it's
Well,
there.
what do you do
And
when
it's-
that thing gets to you?
That's right on.
And how do you feel? You don't feel anything?
No, I don't feel anything because at the time, that's one thing I don't like about the church.
Be like, thank you.
Que lo agarras for my lunch, un chipotle. No. That's one thing about the church that I don't like. That cuando piden dinero and
Somebody's
everything.
got to pay the bills.
Someone's got to pay the bills. You're right, but I feel like there's always other ways to do
Why?
it and go about it. But
With God, you don't need bills.
and that's what I think. That's what I believe. So
So before I got here,
what?
oh,
Like here right now?
Like alive
well,
or
okay. Let me explain.
See?
Let me explain everything.
when you were born?
So I was late for the thing.
Okay.
So I had a 5:00 appointment for my haircut. So I was late to that, and then I was late here. Okay, sorry.
Okay,
it's been
okay.
a while. And the guy that was getting his haircut next to me, he was talking to his barber about
Religion?
religion, about it. He was trying to get him like man, just the way I live, the way the way I do things is just a better life, this and that. And some people need that. You know what I mean? Like some people need something
to believe in
so that they can live a good life, I guess.
Do you think that's wrong?
I don't believe in that, but I feel like some people do need
like, it. Someone needs to
believe
in
agree or no?
Jesus y todo eso.
I mean, I think that's kind of an excuse. You should only believe in you, the things that you can control.
But you
love
can believe in yourself también,
Some people
¿no?
can't control themselves.
But I mean, again,
Or they blame God for it.
I mean, the thing about it though is
Aren't
that
you something to believe in?
sorry,
Aren't you something to believe in?
like what do you mean?
You like
I'm gonna go back. I'm sorry. I've stopped talking because every time I tell you something, you shoot it down. But again, we're both atheists, and the argument is when I tell people I'm atheist, well, what the fuck do you believe in? And I tell them I believe in me.
Yeah.
I believe in people.
I don't believe
I
in
believe
anything.
in whatever the fuck I want to believe.
Not
in.
even myself.
But the fact is,
Hell no.
as human beings, as the animals that we are, we need something to believe in. We just need ourselves.
Yeah.
They need whatever the fuck they need.
What do you mean
That
they?
doesn't make them wrong. It makes them exactly the
believe in
same as
myself.
us.
I'm an atheist, but I believe in love.
Does that make sense?
That's
Yeah.
So I could never tell a Christian you're wrong because you believe in God. No, you're exactly like me, except you believe in God. I believe in me. I believe in my people. I believe in my family. I believe in people.
Can I say I believe in myself? And
Some
You can say-
people-
no, you
the,
can't.
But,
No.
but the thing about it is that when you talk about when you
Because you're Christian.
but you can't. I can't say that I believe in my. Oh, I believe in my ability
There
to be
shall
able to
be
do.
no gods before your God.
I'm not putting them up. I'm not putting myself
So it's
above
God
him.
and then you?
No, not even that. It's just that I believe in that I can
You,
do.
you should always believe in yourself. stupid.
Exactly, okay.
In the proverbial you.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
but
yeah.
no.
Oh, okay. I
We're
see
talking
what you're
about,
saying.
Like belief.
so no matter what, you
But
come
what-
first.
But when you say
No.
you say that we're the same, and that you say, well, Christians they believe in their religion.
Yeah, whatever they want to believe in.
My question is,
It's not logical.
do they really know what they believe in, or
No,
they
no,
just
no,
do
it
it?
doesn't-
just-
no, it doesn't
they
matter.
I mean,
I just-
it does matter. It
Why?
does matter.
Why?
I think sometimes
Oh, I
they
see.
just sometimes
It
they
does
just don't want
matter.
to think about stuff.
Huh?
I just think, okay, I don't have to think about what's gonna happen, so this is what I believe in. You know what I mean? Like, it's
Well, what
just,
does it? I don't give a fuck. You can believe that snails are gonna rule the world. The year
Well, I
3000,
know, that's what
and
I'm
it-
saying.
As
That's
long
what
as
I'm
you're a
saying.
good person, I don't give two shits what you believe in, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Logically speaking, them believing in snails ruling the world in 2000, and me believing that.
you're not getting the point that I'm trying to tell you.
What is the point?
The point that I'm trying to tell you is that you say you believe in you, right? I believe in me, right? And he's saying, or
Damn, the alcohol got you.
one of you guys said,
Sorry.
no, you guys. One of you guys said, right, that there are people that need that, right? And
Yeah,
my
that's right.
question is, whenever they say they need it, they need God, right? Do they really know? Like they actually thought about it. They actually went deep inside the
Why does
situation.
it matter?
no, I don't think.
Because that's the same story as always. Like we need it, but you don't even
need to believe in something. My point is, you need to believe in something.
You
You
believe,
believe
in
in
yourself.
you,
Even if it's yourself,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
you need that to make you who you are.
to make you a better
so
person.
when I
But-
said
And I
that,
get, and I get that you
whenever-
thought about it long and hard, and you went deep into it, and you came to the conclusion that a make-believe man in the sky that runs everything, knows everything, and rules everything makes no logical sense. I get that. I agree with you 100%. That does not discount that that's not what they believe. That's not what they would tell their imaginary son. And you agreed earlier
But
that
again-
if they come to a decision based on what they would tell their imaginary son, you agree with it. You already agreed with that.
I'm a real
Yet
man.
every
All right,
time they say
so-
something,
so
you
what's-
disagree with it.
so why do you
This
think?
is why I stopped talking, and this is why I can't talk to you anymore. You contradict yourself left and right every time you speak.
No, because you're just jumping into conclusions.
No, you said, let's talk about the imaginary son. You're going to tell your imaginary son,
Yeah.
believe in yourself, believe in this. think through it, come to a logical conclusion.
God?
He's going to tell his logical son,
you there?
there's a God, believe in God, trust in God, do not question God. And that's how he's going to make his decisions. But you're going to question his decisions. That's a contradiction. That's cognitive dissonance.
It's not.
You understand.
No,
Yeah, I
it's
know
not.
you understand what I'm saying. And I
But
know you agree with it. Logically, you agree with it. But you disagree with it.
You're not getting what I'm saying. Like,
And you keep saying that.
okay, listen. In numbers, okay? From 10 Christians.
If we're going to base it on numbers, you're wrong.
Okay.
Because
You don't even know what I'm- you're not even
99.999% of the
gonna-
population
you're not
believes
even-
in God.
you're not even-
And you're the 0.001% that doesn't.
You don't even know what I'm going to say.
It doesn't fucking matter.
It
Because
does.
if we're talking
It
about
does.
numbers, you're
If you
wrong.
let me
I'm
talk-
wrong. I'm wrong.
if you let me
If we're
talk-
talking about numbers, I'm wrong.
If you let me talk.
A ver.
If you let me talk.
I've let you talk and you
No,
don't
you're
make
not.
sense.
A ver.
Can you
Go for it.
Can,
Let's
can
have,
I talk?
Look at that. You made a mistake and you admitted to it, Joe.
Espérate.
If you talk in numbers, let's say 10 people, okay, that say they're Christian, okay, and that they need their God, okay, be honest, okay, from those 10 people, do you really think the majority, they actually thought about it?
Nope.
They actually analyzed, they actually,
No.
okay, and then you don't need it. You're saying it because it sounds nice.
You also don't need to believe in yourself. You could just do the things you do, make the decisions you make without having to say, I believe in myself. I believe in people. I believe in love. It's bullshit.
I mean, you're the
It's
one that said I didn't
things.
say that.
You said you believe in yourself.
Yes, that's it.
Look, hell yeah. Love
I
is the
said
only
I
thing that
believe
we
in
know is
people.
real.
He says he believes in love.
that's what you said.
Everything we say,
That's what you said. I didn't say that.
you said you believe in yourself.
Yes.
That's bullshit. You don't need to believe in yourself to make the
do
decisions that you make.
You said the same thing.
You choose to. That's you. And you're saying everybody who doesn't agree with me is wrong.
Listen.
Is that not what you're saying?
Listen.
Is that not what you're saying?
No.
So what are you saying?
Okay. From 10 people. Okay.
I already agree with you on that.
So what's the
Nobody
point?
that believes in fucking 99% out of the 99.9% of the religious people in the world have actually read the fucking Bible, have actually read the Quran, have actually read anything they claim to believe in. They don't understand it. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Sure.
But they need that to be good people. And that's okay. Let them fucking do it if it's gonna make them good people. Why do you give a fuck whether or not they read the book? If it's gonna keep them from killing who gives a fuck?
I give a fuck because we're having that conversation.
But the conversation is not it's not relevant. If this guy is a good guy, I don't give two shits what he believes in or whether or not he's read the book.
You really think, right? I care?
You do though.
Because we're talking. We're having
trying
that
to have a
conversation. That's
And
it.
you're saying that
That's
you do
it.
care.
That's because we're having the conversation. Like
So you really don't care? You're just doing it for a talking point?
because we're talking, right?
So do you care or not? Whether or not he's actually read the book? Does it make a difference to you in your life?
No.
Then why are we talking about it?
Because that's where the conversation
No,
went.
that's where you took the conversation.
Wait. Did I say?
You said
some
people out of 10 people, 9 of them haven't read the book. That's what you said.
Did I say people need that? I didn't say that.
No, you said it's what the fuck did you say?
I don't remember. I'm not
You
gonna-
say
doesn't
they
matter.
said they need that, but have they
I
really
didn't
read
say
the book?
that.
Have they really gone in depth into it? Have they really looked at it? Doesn't fucking
Because
matter.
it's a conversation, bro. It's a conversation.
But if the conversation doesn't matter, don't make it a conversation.
It's a discourse.
You're
Let's
trying to
fucking have
call
it.
people out for something that doesn't matter.
because he's making the
Trying to
point.
have-
You're making the point. All
I
he
see
said
what you're
is,
saying.
"This is what I believe in." Your response is, "But have you actually read the book? Why does it fucking matter?"
Dude. Because that's where
That's
the
not the conversation. The conversation was people need things to believe in.
Listen.
No,
Go ahead.
You
Go
listen.
ahead. Go ahead.
The conversation was people need things to believe in. You believe in you. I believe in people. He believes in love. He believes in God. That was the conversation. People need something to believe in. Your response to that was, "But have you actually read the book?
Yeah.
Does it fucking matter?"
For the conversation, yes. For me,
But it
no.
doesn't.
Oh, I see what you're saying now.
Okay, all right. Let's try to go back and please let me talk. Okay.
You've been talking the whole time.
No.
When you listen back to this podcast, you'll realize you've been talking the whole time.
Okay. Dale.
Okay.
Dale.
So let's. Whenever you say they need something, right? They need something. Okay, you actually thought about it. Why you need it? You actually thought about. You actually thought about it. Whenever I say, the only thing I believe is me is because I already know me. I thought about me. I thought about what I want. I thought about the decision that I'm gonna make. I put. You know, I thought about it, right? When you say that you need something, but you actually never read the book, or you don't even know what other religions do, or then you really not. It's not like you need it, because you didn't even practice it. You don't even actually, take the time to see if that actually works for you.
I see what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying.
But
and I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna put it in another example. Okay.
Dale.
If you say, oh, I need the gym. Like, that's one of the things that I need. But you don't go, right?
You're not practicing.
Then you don't need it. Then I'm sorry, but you don't need it. That's all I'm saying. Now, if you tell me, dude, I read every time that I have a problem, I go to this verse, right? I look at it, I read it. Whenever I have another problem, I go to God,
You
know there are people that actually do that, right?
You're saying that's practicing.
So you're okay with those people?
Faith.
If that's what you think, yes.
No. I don't. Not if that's what you think. There are literally people that every time they have a problem in their life, they go back to a verse in the Bible, and it helps them through whatever problem they're having.
Yes.
You're okay with them?
Yes.
Okay. Just as long as we agree on that.
Again, every time that I actually have the time
every time you say something, we agree on it. It's your delivery of the message.
You jump into conclusions.
We're not, dude.
If let's pretend he didn't say some people need that, right? And my point is, are those people that actually saying that they need it? They actually do. They actually take the time. Yeah. They actually do that, right? That's why I said it, right? But if let's go back and let's say you didn't say that, I would not even say anything.
But
I wouldn't even. It was just a part of the conversation.
Yeah, but him saying I need that doesn't mean I need to understand the Bible. Do you get that? It just means I need something to fall back on. I need, when somebody asks me, why did you do this?
Who said it?
Let me talk.
I never said I need.
I know you never said that you need that. I'm talking about the proverbial George, the proverbial Christian. I need the Bible to make me a good person.
Let's talk about real shit. Come on.
No, we're talking about imaginary kids. So
no, let's talk about real shit.
All right, what do you want to talk about?
Wow, I said it. I said some people need that. That's what I said.
Okay, well, stop interrupting me then.
Well, some people need that.
The people, whoever the fucking people are that need that, they don't mean it as in every time something happens in my life, I need to go back to this verse. They mean it as in when I was a kid, they told me there was a God. This magical man in the sky that knows everything, runs everything, decides everything that happens. Actually, he doesn't decide. You decide, but he already knows what you're going to decide, right? This is what I believe in, and I need to believe in that to make me the person that I am today.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that some people need to know that they're going to be okay because a lot of people are afraid to die.
But that's what believing in all of that entails.
The way you said it
okay.
was magical.
It is. It's fucking magical, but whatever.
But some people need to know that they're gonna be okay after they die.
Yeah.
A lot of people are afraid to die, and
I would say need to think.
As
need to know,
he said,
you don't know.
Several times today, 99.9% of the people that say that haven't read the fucking Bible. They don't actually know what it is that they need.
Yeah, they don't know that it's actually fake.
It doesn't matter.
No,
that doesn't matter.
Okay,
That's what you're saying.
The point is, if somebody says, this is what I need to get me to point A, to get me to be a good person.
To get me through a day.
To get me through the day. I need a coffee in the morning to get me through the day.
I don't necessarily think that those people that think that are good persons.
So
they just need to get
you
that.
think 99% of the people in the world are bad people?
No. I just think that some people need to get that thing out of their head. Like, what's going to happen after? I don't have to worry about what's going to happen. Oh. That's why, Luis, why do people think you live like better than the Christian?
Wait, what?
Didn't you say that earlier? That some people think you live like a Christian, or you live your life like a Christian?
that I personally believe that I probably live my life better than a Christian because
of your love.
Because most Christians are shit. They're all
most Christians are shit, and
exactly.
It's a lot of hypocrisy and a lot of bullshit. They don't practice anything that they preach. They've never read the Bible, so they don't believe in any of it.
So I'm just saying, it's just those people feel they can check that off their list and say, you know what, I don't have to worry about dying after, but I could be a shitty person, or I can be a good person. It's just they don't have to think about what's going to happen after life.
What's your point?
That they don't like they go through life believing in God.
That we're fucking going in circles.
All right, whatever.
Wait, George, what? You weren't done. What?
No, it's different. Yeah, I mean,
mute or moot?
No.
It's a moot point. Did you have something else you want to talk about?
Oh no. I'll save it for another day.
Where are we at on time, Luis?
1:33.
It's the
last shot. Last call.
I'm trying to think, but I don't know. It's we'll leave it at that.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that. We're gonna talk about this.
Okay.
So Olivia said we had to talk about it.
Talk about what?
When you go to the restroom.
Oh my god.
And you poop.
Oh my god.
And you're done.
Is this a wiping question?
No.
Don't
stand to wipe.
Do you pull your underwear up and then your pants? Or do you pull both of them at the same time?
Okay. Too much information on this.
Okay, kids pull both up.
Wait, what? Hold on. You don't pull up both?
Whoa, not at the same time.
Why not?
Chewy is like,
okay,
wait, what conversation we had?
Never mind. I don't put both up.
Would you not?
No.
Chewy?
I don't think about that, dude.
Think about the last time you pooped.
I hadn't thought about it either until she fucking asked me, and then like, oh fuck, what do I do?
It's weird because today
you took shit.
You know what? I have a theory.
I did the first one where you pull one at a time, but then I was like, that seemed wrong to me. I was like, wait, what?
I have a theory. If you pull them down and it looks like it went down together, then both at the same time. But if it looks like it's kind of messed up, then I want to make sure everything's adjusted properly.
No. I see what you mean. I see what you're saying. I don't know. I pull both. Why would she ask you that? Olivia, what? Why? Did you answer? You said one at a time.
Yeah. Always? Regardless?
Wait, is there a difference?
Because I agree with him.
If it goes down weirdly?
It depends on how it goes down.
Yeah, I don't think about it that hard, but yeah, I'm just saying one at a time.
It's both, guys. It's both. I don't know.
You're just not going to answer the question?
Dude, I just don't think about that.
I don't think about it either, but you do it every day. Or whenever you poop. I don't know how often you poop.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
I don't know. It was weird. I probably, like I said, today I did it one at a time. I was like, what? It seemed wrong to me, so it's twice. Olivia, it's both. It's both. Okay, it's both. Either or wrong. Whoever says it's one.
I know.
What did she tell you?
Mine depends. What did she actually? I didn't ask her what she did. Now I have to. Fuck.
Yeah, now we have to ask her. Okay, well, we'll leave it at that. As the
this is a great fiery episode. Love it.
Gracias. Thank you for coming.
No, thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, and so next time, I will be in Arizona this weekend, so I'll tell you how that went.
Are you actually going to visit your parents, or are you just going to something else?
I'm gonna go visit my parents.
Damn it, dude! You know they listen, right?
Damn.
What?
Also, Nashville was fucking.
But why do you say it like that though?
Nah, it's just me saying.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's stuff like that. But no, yeah, I'm gonna go see my parents this weekend, so I'll let y'all know how that went.
Cool.
And I'm gonna see a movie, so I'll let you give you another review.
Which one?
What movie?
Just
now?
you and your sister.
Spider-Man.
Oh shit!
Spider-Man.
Are you going by yourself or with your sister?
No, with my sister. We're both going. It's my mom's birthday.
Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh, that's right.
It's my mom's
Shit.
birthday, so yeah, we have to go.
Yeah.
Not well, we have to go, but we want to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Wait, she doesn't know. Also, wait, when does this release?
Friday.
Friday.
Friday morning.
You want me to delay it again?
No, don't delay it. It really messed me up.
All right. When do you go?
Friday, around 2. I'll
She
get
won't
there.
listen on Friday, I'm sure.
Hopefully. Anyways. All right. No, that will end it at that. Thank you, Chewy, for coming.
Hey, you're
Thanks,
welcome.
man.
Gracias.
No, thank you.
Thank you for coming.
No, I mean that's again. It's I love debating. I love talking to different people and learning from other people. I mean, that's
life.
You know what? I didn't mention this, but that's something that as men we need more of that because not debate, but also trying to learn from other people and
having the conversations.
because the thing about it is that men are actually with this big problem that they don't know that bad relationships are happening everywhere and they think they only happens to them, but they're afraid to leave that type of relationship because again, most of I don't know about you, but you guys, but I can tell you that most of us, we come from families like parents that they never talk to us. They never talk to their kids about real things, about relationships, about what kind of stuff they need to do, or you know why they make the decisions that they made. And we do need more of men talking to other men and you know trying to learn from each other. So.
Also, you have a podcast, so ¿cómo se llama?
It's called Revolución Sin Tiros. I don't know if we're gonna continue. And the guy that was working with me, like he's always busy. I may start my own soon. I'm just gonna get some stuff ready and probably start my new like either a new podcast or just continue that one. I will talk to my friend about that. But
I have some cameras. So we just switched all the cameras.
Yeah, dude, I get cameras too. And the other thing is that, like I kind of want to just do it like
solo.
Not
like
solo, but
thing.
just audio.
Yeah.
I don't.
Okay.
Yeah,
So I know you were doing the TikToks and just videos. Those were good.
Oh, okay, cool. Thanks.
Your video is good. You're like editing and all that stuff, and that's really where that's where you got to go right now.
No,
man.
but he had like a TikTok where during the week to promote the podcast, he would.
I don't think
the marketing.
Just say it.
Revolución Sin Tiros.
He would just talk on the podcast himself, saying, you know, hey, today I ran into this, or I'm thinking about this.
It just again, there's so many points that obviously we didn't talk because this extends to no, because it extends to like one topic extends to something else, but again, it's just the results that we're getting in life is because we have really bad relationship. Most people that I know, they're in really bad relationships, and they're so afraid to leave them, or I always tell people that one of the worst things that's happening is los mandilones. O sea, los mandilones, el hecho de que eres agachón, el hecho de que le tienes miedo a tu pareja, women, they may be happy with that, but it comes to the kids. If the kids, they see how they treat their dad or their parents, that's why that's why everything is repeating itself. Like for example, I talked to, whenever I talk to my wife, one of the rules that we have is treat me the way you wish they treat your son. So my wife treats me like a king. And I treat my wife like a queen because I also have to. I want my son to know what to expect from his relationship, and I want him to see how I treat her mom. That way he can treat her I mean his wife or partner, whatever he decides to choose. Now the thing about it is that in relationships, like whenever they're always fighting, and I want to say that's most relationships. If they're always fighting, whenever the kids they grow up and they start fighting, it's like, well, I mean, this is normal. I want my kid to because he sees everything that's going on in my house. He's the real person that is watching everything. Mm-hmm. It's like there's a lot of people, especially in Facebook, social media, that you see. Oh, that couple looks beautiful, happy. Yeah. But at the end of the day, inside the house is fights, and I want my kid to again, whenever he grows up and whatever he chooses. Let's say he chooses a bad relationship, I'm going to live in peace knowing that, bro, you didn't learn that from me.
I gotcha.
So it's up to you, whatever you want to choose. But again, it's just, I'm pretty sure, or I'm hoping, right, that whenever he grows up and let's say he starts getting into a fight with let's just pretend it. So, I mean, he's still young, so I don't know if he's going to be gay or straight. Let's just pretend it's a white. So I hope that whenever they start getting into a fight, he can react and be like, "Hey, this is not normal. My dad and my mom didn't behave this way, and we cannot be that way." Mm-hmm. But again, most people or most kids are growing up and they see their parents hating each other. And whenever they grow up, they go into the same relationship. That's why so many relationships are failing, or so many relationships are in really bad shape. And again, that's what I'm trying to I'm trying to teach other people that, because obviously one of the phrases that I hear a lot is, in every relationship are problems. Not really. You can have arguments. Right, but not fights, not. I mean, because at the end of the day, again, the rule that my wife follows is, I'm gonna treat you the way I wish my son gets treated. Mm-hmm. So I get you. So again, it's just every time that I see, and people know me. The people that know me, they're always sending me, texts or links about people fight, or like, oh, this couple, they got into a fight, this, or look, this, they got into a fight, and so that's when I come up with the ideas to talk about it.
So, and Revolución Sin Tiros, I just found it. It's on Spotify, right?
Yeah, it's Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all that.
We need to figure out how to put the video on Spotify.
What do you mean?
Wait.
Oh, okay. Because you can put video.
Yeah, you can go there. But yeah, the I think the one that he was talking about is the TikTok. I mean, we got some
good comments y todo.
Not good comments. I mean, because he gets to an argument. They get into argues because what right now is really popular is las mujeres guerreras, las mujeres 4x4, las mujeres que they don't need a man, and that's a big thing right now.
I need to look it up. I'll find it later. But
yeah, it's just fun. It's just fun. It's fun, but at the same time, again, it's just whoever wants to learn from it. The fact that we should all be in good relationships, and that's where everything starts, because the future depends on us.
Yeah, that's true. I know.
Agree.
Thank you, Joey, for going on.
No problem, man. Joey. No problem. Thank you guys.
Peace. Thank you for coming.